Hello and welcome to my painting vlog. My name is Skywards and I am challenging myself to do an oil paint a week for 2024. I am in the process of documenting them by making monthly vlogs and just trying to document it and figure it out. You can tell because I don't know how to do these voiceovers. Anyway, I'm going to try something a little different this month and pick kind of like a little topic to talk about. And I was going to talk about kind of my experience with art, being an artist, quotation marks. I don't feel very confident in calling myself an artist, even though I've been doing art for almost 10 years now. So instead of commenting on what I'm painting, I'll throw in little tidbits here. This portrait was okay. Boom, little tidbit done. I am going to talk about kind of how I got into art and what I've been doing since. So let's start with high school. I was in high school. I had a pretty rough high school experience. I had a lot of medical things going on and just disastrous mental health. And I was not prepared to pick a career and go to college, but I had to go to college. That was what was kind of expected of me. So I was kind of scrambling to find like what I would go to college for. And the only classes I particularly liked in high school were the art classes, and I was really big into watching anime at the time, and I liked doodling in my classes. It helped me with my anxiety. So I was like, I am going to go for art. Whoa, that was such a smart move. So basically junior and senior year, I kind of just busted my butt trying to get every single art class I could done. My art teachers were not very, supportive of me. I was told to go to community college and learn how to draw better. Ha ha ha, didn't do that. But basically I took literally every single art class I could my last 2 years. And I was also going to like this outside drawing class, some like little art class I would go to, and I would have to like do still lives and stuff. It wasn't painting, it was all like drawing, pencils, graphite, ink. So that was also to build like more portfolio pieces, I guess, is what I was doing there. Because I never grew up really liking art. I was not that art kid. I was not super creative. I wouldn't say like I don't believe in innate skill, but I didn't have any. Everything that I did in art, I was just learning and practicing, and that's how I got better. And I was pretty proud of myself for how much, like looking back from not really being that stereotypical art kid and not really drawing, I was doing pretty well. Put in a lot of effort. Who knew? So that's kind of how I got into art. Couldn't imagine. I needed to go to college. In hindsight, kids, you don't need to rush into college. I think if I had a gap year or two, I think that would have done me absolute wonders, and I wouldn't have wasted my parents' money. So funny. My mom always jokes, I was like, you paid 20 grand just so I could make a few friends when we're going to college. 10 grand a friend at this point. Anyway, little sidetrack to what I'm painting. So I am painting this concept. I found this photo on Pinterest. I will put it up for you, and I absolutely adored it. And I was like, let me bounce off of that and create something similar. So I came up with this like monster dog creature biting into a woman. I don't really like to explain my paintings. I hope you feel the emotions trying to come out of them, but I was pretty psyched about this one. I'm not really good at doing my own like creative pieces. I'm much better at doing replications to like study. So I was pretty happy with how this came out, and it's been scaring my sisters to death. They hate it. Anyway, now we're getting on to college. So because I had to go to college, I decided to go to an art school, a very, very small art school close to me, which was affordable for the most part, and I would get an associate's out of. And if I wanted to transfer to a bigger art school after those 2 years, I could. So I went for 2D animation. Questionable. As you can see, I don't really animate anything these days. But I absolutely adored anime at the time. Well, in high school I did. I didn't really watch any in college. And I still love the medium. It's probably one of my favorites. I love animation. But you can love something and not want to do it. So in art school, let's just say mental health also plummeted at this time. But I do think I learned a lot. I really did. Like, in hindsight, I like the drawing classes I had to take. Those basics were very helpful. The still lives, all this and that. I didn't really get much out of the community or out of the teachers, really. It was not like, maybe I wasn't receptive, but I don't feel like they were receptive either. So that part of art school in hindsight was good. The animation track that I was on, here's the thing. I just felt like I came in with zero knowledge of animation, and we just kind of jumped from 0 to 100 very quickly. You could have spent those 2 years just learning the basics of animation, but instead I was making shorts, trying to storyboard, do all these things, and I didn't even know how to animate. Like, the basics were not taught. How to create movement in a sequence of drawings and or with programs is an incredibly hard thing to mentally do, but then to execute and then do it and make it look nice, it's very, very hard. And I just absolutely hated it, to be honest with you. I don't know if any other animation programs would be better. To me, it would probably take me 10 years to get good at animation of diligent work, They took us on to see studios, and when I learned I had to audition for every single gig I got, I just understood that what made me create art was not something I wanted to turn into a 9-to-5 job to fulfill someone else's dreams. I didn't want to make anybody else's show. If I wanted to make my own animation shorts, I wanted to make my own animation shorts. I realized I didn't want to go into the animation industry just to use my skills to do it for somebody else's story. So I found that out very quickly. I did not really want to use art as just a skill set to make money, because I could do that in any other career. I didn't see it as different as any other kind of typical office job. It would bring me no enjoyment. So that's when I decided I did not want to waste my parents' money anymore and go to another 2-year school to get a bachelor's degree for something A, I didn't want to do, and B, something that would cost me up to $80,000. So took all the little knowledge that I had, big revelation of, I don't know what I was thinking. I was also 19 years old. What did I know about what I wanted to do with my life? I was told I had to go to college, so I went to college. But luckily, I cut it short, and then COVID hit. It cemented the decision not to pursue an art degree any longer. In hindsight, not that this would make me any more money, I would have went for fine arts, illustration, or painting. But I feel like I cut my losses pretty well, so I'm happy about that. So college is done and over with. Let's get on to what I've been doing with the rest of my 20s. So what have I been doing? First things first, after I got my associates, I did not pursue getting any job in arts. I decided I was going to pursue it on the side. Haven't really pursued it. But a lot of stuff was happening. COVID was happening. I kept adopting cats left and right and just trying to, get better at art. I know during COVID I put an emphasis on kind of learning anatomy, and I did a lot of drawing books because I wasn't working and I had the time. And that, I think, was the biggest boost to my art skills that I've ever done. So guys, get those Morpho books. They're the effing bomb. Love them to death. I'm still going through them. I've only done like 2.5. But I did a lot of other art books. But what do I want to do with art? My goal has always been to be able to make some money off of it. I've currently just been working office jobs for the past like 5 years, just to make money and live, and doing art on the side. But I really had a hard time coming back from my 9 to 5 and doing art. I was not getting a lot done, like, at all. So I've been like stagnating for the past few years, like exhausted from working, having to come home and then do kind of not more work, but I'm not a grinder. I'm not that alpha female that that capitalism wants me to be. So I've been just kind of trying to find out what I've been doing. I've tried to start YouTube like 3 times. Never really stuck. I couldn't find the motivation to do it. And I was also frustrated that I didn't have the art skills that I needed to create the pieces that I thought would be professional enough. Like, I would love to sell prints and stuff like that one day. I just don't feel like I ever had enough good art pieces to sell anything. Kind of getting around to, like, I'm like, oh wow, that's not bad. I could see the potential in some of my better pieces in the last year or two. But right now, still going to work jobs just to live. I'm having a full-on boxing match with capitalism at the moment. We are sworn enemies, and only one of us will be left standing at the end of this, I think. Anyway, where was I going? Blah, blah, blah. Where was I going? Oh, yes. So, 2024, I am doing a video a month for YouTube. This is a big thing for me. It takes all my energy to do this, honestly. So I'm trying to start YouTube, trying to be more consistent with it. I recently just picked up my love of oil painting, so I'm happy to do that. And my other big endeavor for art is actually creating comics or manga. I do actually make manga. I do it in that style, black and white, reading it backwards, right to left. I just completed my first one-shot that none of you will ever see the light of day of, and I'm currently starting my second kind of one-shot manga, and I have plans to get better at it first and then hopefully be able to create a series. So those are my 2 big endeavors with art. I love doing other stuff on the side. I love gouache. I love ink. I love doing sketchbooks. Little tiny sketchbooks are so much fun. One day I would love to get back into animation, doing just little shorts or animatics or something. Still love it. It's just so time consuming. All my art endeavors are so time consuming, and I am so unbelievably slow with creating art. I am not someone that will just sit there for hours and do things. Anyway, we're at the end of the video. I don't know if this last part made any sense, but thank you for watching. This month was a little different. I put a lot of kind of mental energy into my big piece with the monster, and some of my other pieces, the studies kind of lacked refinement. It wasn't my best showing, but I got it done. 4 of them done. Super proud of this piece though. Very, very happy that I could prove that I could do it. And the other ones, they were done. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you watched it, happy March. I don't know. I'm going to go. But have a lovely day. Bye.